Every epic YouTube video starts off with a black screen and some suspenseful music. You smell that, folks? We always seem to talk about the whales. We always talk about the dolphins, but what we don't talk about are the sharks. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of day where all the sharks gather to draw some blood out of arena because we hangry for them crystals. And today we are kind of revisiting a topic that I touched on a couple months ago with me bringing in Director Krennic into arena. And long story short, it was a successful attempt. Let's get rid of Captain Rex. He should be able to get out of here soon. Oh my goodness! But time has passed, arena has changed, and my lineup has changed, and I have a few more Zeta mats. And recently, when I was on vacation this past week, I got this awesome little Director Krennic Lego, and it inspired me to go ahead and Zeta, Director Krennic's leadership, Director of Advanced Weapons Research, which I did not have before. I'll show you guys the lineup in a second, but with Director Krennic, I have done fairly well on defense. No one in my shard can stay in the top 10 all day. Look at this great team from Enigma. Very solid team, very fast Sith assassin, and it does amazing things, but it does not stay in the top 10. Everyone moves around, and at least in my shard, as long as you're not falling out of the top 20 or going into the 30s, you're doing very well defensively. And the past week, I have stayed in this top 20 margin, sometimes ended up at number 12 after 24 hours. So defensively, it's doing all right.
It's showtime.
Okay, so this first team is going to be kind of an easy beginner run for me. Usually, this team is easy to beat. We'll go through some harder teams later on. But pretty much with this team, what you want to do is try to increase everyone's cooldowns ASAP. And the great way to do that is to make Grand Admiral Thrawn really fast and give Death Trooper 100% turn meter, because now when Death Trooper uses his imploder right there, everyone without a buff got their cooldowns increased by 1, which prevents characters like, let's say, Darth Nihilus from getting to his cooldowns a lot faster. So here we go. Now I try to ability block Captain Rex, or at least slow him down with stagger, because I don't want him cleansing. We have Chirrut covered. Let's make sure Captain Rex is covered, so he won't be cleansing anytime soon here. Now, what I try to do is, let's see. From here on out, it's pretty much optional what you want to do. Captain Rex is almost done, so let's just get him out of the picture here. And there we go. We just increased cooldowns twice. Death Trooper and Darth Nihilus are just absolutely amazing together. Now we're going to fracture Darth Nihilus, and pretty much from here on out, it feels like it should be a game over. Now we're going to probably, let's work on Kylo Ren so he doesn't go on an insane tantrum. Here we go. Awesome. Make sure he's ability block. He's dazed, so if he does happen to get, let's say, his retribution up, he won't attack. Now we're keeping control of Chirrut with the Director Krennic Zeta leadership. What's great about it is the fact that we're getting a lot of critical attacks. We're also getting a lot of health regeneration from the Zeta, but more importantly, what is great is that when you get a critical hit on a debuffed enemy, you're ability blocking them, and there's so much going on here that is just absolutely destroying this team, or ability blocking them left and right, preventing them from getting any major work done. So I want to get rid of Darth Nihilus just to make sure he's all taken care of. I don't want him mysteriously making a comeback. There we go. Let's get rid of all these buffs on the field. Let's stun Chirrut so we don't get any cleanse up in here. There we go. Get another cooldown increase here. This is it's a really fun team, and this team that I'm facing off could be a little bit better if they had, for example, General Kenobi. Here comes the Annihilate. Another thing that's great, I should say, when you're using Darth Nihilus in this team, there are just so many debuffs for him to work off of and to decrease his cooldowns for Annihilate, and we get there incredibly fast. Obviously, this took a little bit longer than usual because I'm giving you kind of the commentary on how to go about using this team. But honestly, I wasn't thinking too much, and we just flew by this team. Captain Rex teams and Chase teams are slowly dying off. But let's get on to the next battle, and I'll keep showing you my new love for my Director Krennic.
You are terminated.
So here we go. Oops.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
So, of course, this has to happen when I'm recording an arena video. It looks like Commander Luke Skywalker is coming to the game. I'll probably make a separate video, so stay tuned for that. So let's get back into it. We got some more important things as of now to talk about. I'm not sure if this is actually more important, but I just want to finish my train of thought on here. So as you're seeing, this team is flying circles around me. I'll eventually catch up here. And the trick is, with this team that I'm using, you want to make sure you just fracture General Kenobi right away so he does not call everyone to assist. Now, following up, we have all this foresight in. It's getting in our way for Darth Nihilus and Death Trooper. What we're going to do is just clear it all away. And now we're going to have Darth Nihilus follow up. Let's go ahead, increase some cooldowns. Get this up, get all the retribution up, and now we're going to get rid of all of this stealth that the enemy has. And now they're going to eventually follow up and do a ton of AoE damage. Watch. Example number 1, everyone comes in and just goes to town on these little guys. Cool thing about this, Death Trooper's unique gets triggered even when the enemy is stealth. So let's say Yoda does an AoE, hits Krennic, Death Trooper can still gain turn meter. Really great thing to point out. Now what I want to try to do is just make sure Ezra does not cause any problems. Put a daze on him. I was hoping to get a stun on him. All right, so now they're going to do their own little spiel. Let's go and just stun Ezra so he doesn't get in our way. Now we're going to get... Oh, he actually didn't do too much on us. All right. Let's just call in everyone to get rid of R2-D2 because that guy, he can be a pain in the butt with all of his stuns on his basic. Normally, I'd get a lot more AoE attacks, but it looks like we kind of stopped them in their tracks with all of our cooldown increases here. Let's get rid of R2. He's out of the picture. Now they got a bunch of foresight. That's okay. One thing to point out that's still in action. See the foresight? They have no tenacity yet, but they have foresight. Director Krennic said, oh, well, that was a bug. I'm not sure if that's working as intended, but let's just get... We're going to get Ezra out of the picture here. Let's go and annihilate. Oh, we can't annihilate him just yet. There we go. So we're going to eventually annihilate probably someone out here. I'm not sure. We'll figure out someone. There we go. Grand Admiral Thrawn is a ton of fun to use, and he really is the artist of war. You can kind of paint a picture, I suppose, in Arena by just kind of controlling the battlefield. He can call in people to assist. He can, or not assist, but he can call in people to take their turn right away. It's a lot of fun and provides you a lot of flexibility. So pretty much, I'm just going to auto this right now. The Jedi teams are so easy to beat. This is actually, it took a little bit longer because I'm talking, and Kenobi took more of a beating than usual, but this team is really easy to beat. Now we get everyone to come in, kind of dodge left and right, and there we go. Jedi are finished. So this is one team that is very tough to beat for a lot of people out there with a chase team and whatnot, but with this Director Krennic team, it's an absolutely breeze. A ton of fun, but let's move on to battle number 3.
Doesn't anyone stay dead anymore?
Rolling into battle number 3 here, and this team is actually quite difficult for me to beat. I always have trouble beating this team, so let's get into it. I'm going to try to focus a bit more on this, so let's go try to increase everyone's cooldowns. Let's go and let's fracture Kenobi so he doesn't interfere that much with all of my attacks that I'd like to get off here. So we're going to increase, hopefully everyone's cooldowns. Yes, everyone's cooldowns have been increased. Let's try and... See, the goal here is try to get pretty much Darth Nihilus out of the way, which is pretty much the goal for most teams out there, is you just want to try to get Darth Nihilus out of the picture. Let's just try to keep hammering away at him. Yeah, let's just go and keep hammering away at this guy. And now we're going to try to get rid of that critical damage immunity. So we have to try to get past this guy as fast as possible because this guy can somehow make Grand Moff Tarkin fairly deadly in this game. I really do enjoy how he went about it. Let's go and cleanse Darth Nihilus, increase the cooldowns yet again. Beautiful, beautiful. We almost got Darth Nihilus out of the picture. We got the taunt up. Let's see. Hopefully we can probably... There we go. Let's get... let's see. One thing great about this team, I'm using 2 of the biggest basic damage dealing characters in the game. Krennic and Thrawn have amazing basic attacks as well as Darth Nihilus, so it really does help. Let's go and return the kick right back to Kenobi, kick him right where it hurts the most. And I think I did a pretty good job trying to neutralize the threat here. Pretty much the biggest threat was Grand Moff Tarkin going first, but they must have moved their mods around because normally Grand Moff Tarkin is extremely fast here. There we go. We got him stunned. Let's just go and, I don't know. Let's just go and put Death Mark on Darth Vader here. Bada boom. Smack him up. All right. And I don't know why I just used that attack, but I think we can pretty much... We should be able to auto it right now. I think, let's see here. There we go. Oh, another great thing about this team, with all the ability blocks that Director Krennic's leadership is applying, it gives Grand Admiral Thrawn a ton of targets to stun with his basic ability. It's a lot of fun, and it is quite deadly, especially when he fractures someone. He does a lot of counterattacking. Perhaps he can just ability block someone because of the fact they have a debuff and he critically hit them, or because of the fact he might just get a stun on them. Really useful. Another reason why I'm loving this team. That great ability block synergy between Director Krennic's leadership and Grand Admiral Thrawn. Couple more battles here. Let's move on to battle number 4 and see if we can draw some blood from number 1 today.
See you at the party, Richter.
Woo! We're moving up, baby. We are getting close to number 1 here. Now, in case you're curious, I would technically go for Enigma or Sep from Team Instinct. Only reason why I'm not attacking them right now is because we're all kind of moving up arena at the same time, and we don't want to get into a battle where we keep knocking each other back and forth. So we're gonna go for number 5. Let's show off a variety of teams here with the Grand Admiral Thrawn team rocking a pretty much full Empire team, more full than mine. Let's get into it and see how my Empire team does against it. But I'm really loving this Director Krennic team. I think it's really unique. I think I'm the only one in the top 100 who's running it. One reason why I want to showcase this is because their TIE Fighter pilot is extremely fast, hits Director Krennic, and Death Trooper, he got ticked off and gained 100% turn meter, which now means we just increased everyone's cooldowns except TIE Fighter pilots because he had the foresight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fracture TIE Fighter pilot because this guy, he can be quite elusive under this team, and it's best just to deal with him right away. So we're gonna go put a debuff on their Nihilus, so now we can increase, hopefully, everyone's cooldowns. Beautiful. Cleansing just happened right there, and now I think we're pretty much good to go. What I want to do is just get their TIE Fighter pilot out. And if you haven't faced this team, it's really hard to explain, but their TIE Fighter pilot is extremely fast and extremely deadly if you leave them unchecked with the fracture. So luckily the fracture took care of him. We got him out of the battle really quickly. Now we're going to go ahead and get their Nihilus out of the picture. They're almost done here. This team used to also be a problem for me when I ran my triple cleanse team. They were so fast, so many debuffs, and I just couldn't keep up with them. And pretty much now, with this team, I thought I was crazy for giving Krennic his Zeta, and it's been an absolute blast. They got a little stun on us, not a big deal. We got an annihilate, hopefully. Well, we almost had it there, but now we got to worry about their cooldown increase. They got a fracture, so they are picking up a little bit of steam now, but fortunately, I should have the upper hand here. Let's see, get that basic attack out of there. And now let's go and annihilate their Grand Admiral Thrawn. Beautiful. And now let's go and we're gonna just put Deathmark and Palpatine, and this is kind of another, oops, let's go and just auto this. This is kind of another, oh, that was a horrible decision. But this is pretty much another example of Krennic's leadership in full action. How is Grand Admiral Thrawn alive? I have no idea. But this man, he tries to stay in battle as long as possible. And there we go, battle over with. I was actually considering giving Grand Admiral Thrawn his Zeta on his leadership, but I thought, you know what? Let's give it to Director Krennic, and it's been a ton of fun. We have hopefully one more battle to go. Hopefully I don't get locked out of battle. A lot of people going for number 1 right now, but sit back, relax, and we'll be back.
Well, that hit the spot.
Okay, so we're coming down to the last final seconds. Hopefully, someone is not battling number 1, because I'm feeling it. We made it from the bottom. Now we're here, and let's see. Come on. Come up. No!
No! God!
No! Come on. No!